Okay, now welcome to the last stop on this tour bus. To the top where I was told hard work would lure us. Sure enough, look where I'm headed. The opposite direction of the life that I dreaded.
Yo YouTube, what's up? I'm Tim. This is a Cash Killing AC Sports Report. Prince Fielder has stolen a lot of the sports headlines today by saying that this is probably his final year in Milwaukee. He said that in reference to his contract being up at the end of the season and his impending free agency. He said this to Brian Anderson, who is one of the Brewers announcers. You also hear him on some of the national games, and you'll hear him as the playoffs come up. First of all, I got to give Brian Anderson, as someone who's interviewed people and tries to get some of the hard answers out of people, he did a really nice job setting him up with this question, because normally you're going to get some textbook answer. Prince Fielder, he just said it straight up. He said it straight up. And it's not that it's not, like, true, because I know it's true. We all looked at this statement after the All-Star game when Prince Fielder said the goal would be to win the World Series and sign a 10-year deal here and play the rest of my career here. And we said, wow, that's pretty cool. Maybe he'll stay. And then we looked back at it a week later and said, did we really buy that for 1 second? That was just him playing the company line. Prince Fielder this year is batting .294 with 32 home runs and 109 RBIs, so it's an understandable huge headline to lose this guy. The thing about this whole thing that bothers me is that I understand that you're playing hard, you're trying to get paid in the off season. That makes sense. And I don't look at him and I don't think, oh, how dare he decide to go somewhere else. I mean, whatever, it's your decision. But I want to start seeing some players stay, take less money. That's what's the problem with baseball. As a Phillies fan, I can sit here and tell you it probably would have been better for baseball to have Roy Halladay stay in Toronto and eventually win a World Series. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. Roy Halladay, obviously, as a player's perspective, got impatient and wanted to go win. That's understandable as a player's perspective. And I almost appreciate Prince Fielder's honesty here, but I think the thing that you gotta look at is the fact that the Brewers, coming off getting beaten by the Phillies, one of their top NL contenders, in a series where they really could have made a statement, and the fact that they are running away with that division, 87-63, but they're 5.5 up, but that it's not completely done. That part bothers me, because you have a team that hasn't finished off a playoff berth, they haven't won the division, and they really haven't done shit as far as the playoffs go. And he should have just said, no, I'll worry about that in the offseason, that's my agent's deal. And I understand he's being honest, and we know it's the truth. I think Prince Fielder's going to end up an Angel next year. That's my guess. But you should be focused on what's going on right now. And I just don't understand why he had to come out with this right now. Really, it makes no sense. If he had said this back in May or something, that's one thing. But when you're crunch time, down towards the end of the season, you got to know that what you're going to say is going to be amplified, especially when it's about your contract, especially when you're the premier free agent that's going to hit the market this offseason. I love Prince Fielder, and I don't necessarily look at him and blame him for going to a contender that's going to pay him more money. Although I'd like to see him stay. I'd like to see some people come up and stay with their teams. I'd like to see that happen. Unfortunately, this isn't the case that it's going to happen. Prince Fielder says he hopes they go out with a bang, and that was in terms of him and Ryan Braun and the 1-2 punch. Quotes like this aren't necessarily helping you there, Prince.